All right, guys, I'm back. New stream. All right, so let's see. Jimmy says we're back. We can rejoin SDSBBQ in process. So we're going to do live chat. All right, perfect. Okay, so Quentin, hopefully you get back in here. Quentin, are you here? Because I want to talk to what you were saying in the lab. Uncle Bull says he's back. Uh, Crap. Of course, you know what it was? It was Taylor. Taylor, you did it. You did it. This is a bloody dozed off. All right. Okay, Quentin says he's here. All right, Brandon Page. What's going on, Brandon? All right, so, oh man, I'm so bummed. Hey, if someone could kind of keep an eye on that first live stream, and if people go in there, can you tell them, hey, there was a problem and I had to start a new live stream? All right, so Quentin, here's the deal, man. Like real talk. People don't talk about all of the sacrifices that have to be made to start a business. Okay, I have I had the pleasure of being able to, and I don't say pleasure, but I cooked at night when, like, after my kids went to sleep. I got up in the morning and I was able to take my kids to school. By the time, they were at school, food was done. I would have food kind of like laid out and ready. I would come back home after dropping them off from school. I would take pictures, I would post pictures, and I would sell food throughout the day into when I went to pick them up from school. Then I would pick them up from school and I would post pictures on Instagram. And I told you guys before how I used to sell food via Instagram. I used to post first thing in the morning. I used to post, and when I say first thing in the morning, about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, so that when people sat down at their desks, hey, I wanted to be the first picture that one of the first pictures they were scrolling through, because this was back in the day when Instagram still posted things in chronological order, not in, hey, this picture is popular, so we're going to show it to you order. None of that. It was before that. Gosh, indigestion. So, because I would post at between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, as people were scrolling, hey, I'm getting them thinking about dinner. I'm getting them thinking about lunch. Then I would post again right before lunchtime. Hey, you place your lunch order. I'm on my way, right? I would drop off food, people's offices, people's homes who were off that day or whatever the case may be. Boom. And then I would also post again about 2 o'clock. The reason being, I picked my kids up at like 3. So what would happen is I would drop food off for people to have for dinner on my way home from picking up my kids, or on my way to going to get my kids from the other side of town. So there were plenty of days when I would pick my kids up and I'm like, hey, we got to go make a delivery before I go pick up your sister because she was still in daycare. Okay. And that's how I ran my business for almost a year. Right? I would cook on like Sunday and I'd have food Monday and Tuesday. Then I would cook again on like Wednesday and I would have food like Thursday, Friday. Then I would cook again on Thursday into Saturday and I would have food on Saturday, Sunday. And I would start the whole cycle again over on Sunday night. Right? But what I learned from that was it was not sustainable. Okay? I would be up cooking 2 or 3 nights a week, and then I would be up all daggone day doing stuff at my kids' school or trying to be a part of activities after school and things like that. And I'd be like, sit in the corner, sleep, because I was tired. I was awake a lot, and it was not sustainable. It was not. So from that experience, I said, you know what? I know that I need to be there for my kids. So if I'm still doing this like as a little side hustle, I can do it as a side hustle. if I'm occupied one, maybe 2 Saturdays a month, that's much better than being occupied every single Saturday. Or with certain events, I can schedule it around when I can do. Like, I did a cook I say a few weeks ago, but it was a while ago. And, oh, well, somebody needed something notarized to work. I don't know how. I mean, I told y'all when I was going to be at work. I don't know why y'all BSing. Uh, Monday works. Hold on 1 second. And office Friday and Monday. Oh, I should have probably put this Friday and next Monday. But anyway, Andrew, how you doing? I see how it is. I say I found your positions. Boom, peace out. Hey, you know what? Guns and Barbecue. It wasn't you. It was Taylor. Taylor B. It was him. Jeff says, "Hey yo, Dash, what's going on, Jeff? We started a new 3 hour stream. I'm in. No. I don't know, man. We'll see. I have another energy drink. Montera says, what helped you grow your business to keep a consistent flow as opposed to seeing them come in waves? There's I don't have a rhyme or reason as to how I kept consistent. Um, the the consistency seems a lot different from what you see on YouTube as opposed to what happens in, I won't say real life. Uh, there are there definitely are times when I'm cooking more than others, and there are times when I'm like twiddling my fingers. I think the way that I have my channel structured and the things that I do, it seems I'm busier than I am. I could definitely be doing more. Luke Calamatis, what's going on? He says, "Hey yo, what's going on?" Grump is? Is that like itis? Grump is? Oh man. So, hmm. Work phone. People. No problem, Quentin. I don't want to discourage you, okay? Because everything isn't for everybody. And I knew that for me and how I wanted to make sure that I was there for my kids, that I needed to be here, okay? Because, like, for instance, taste tester number 3, she was doing gymnastics, right? Her gymnastics session, my wife scheduled it for first thing Saturday morning, like at 8 or 8:30, in the morning on Saturday. Dog, if I just spent all night cooking and I'm like rounding third on a cook, ain't no way I'm going to gymnastics for an hour and some change on a Saturday morning. I'm gonna be like this in the middle of all the parents. I'm be drooling on the next person next to me. It's not gonna happen. But there were times when that was what I had to do. And there were times when my wife had to drive up there herself. Now, a lot of times, and some of you guys might remember, I did live streams from the parking lot while they were doing gymnastics just because I'm like, yo, I don't want to sit in this place. Like, we can't, the way it was set up, like, you walked in and it was in a warehouse space, okay? You walked in and there was like a little office cubby cove type thing, and they had like some stuff set up to the side. You walked in and it was like a big open area. They had probably 20, 25 chairs. Well, Saturday mornings, as you can imagine, were like the busy times, right? Which meant every single seat was full. You know what? I can't find a spot to sit down. Look, I'm going back out to the van. I'm going back to sit outside, right? And my wife would kind of stand in there, and my daughter would be in the back, in the back of the space, and you can't see what's going on. And like 80% of the parents are all on their phones, except for the parents that are in like the first row, and they're all like watching what's going. And I can't see what my kid is doing. I like unless they are. And the whole thing is the kiddie class, the youngest class, is the one that's closest because they're the ones that are just doing floor exercises like tumbling. The bigger kids that are on like the bars, the beams, the rings, the trampoline, they're in the back of the daggone bit. You can't see them. Yo, why am I sitting here? Why am I sitting here? But that's some of the sacrifice you make as a parent. Lou, nothing much, man. All right, so let's see. I did rattle off what I was cooking for Thanksgiving, and the whole thing was I was asking what you guys were cooking and what you guys were doing for as far as prep. But we are in hour two, and you know what happens in hour two. We get another drink. We kind of just shoot the breeze. All right, but Lou, since I know you missed it because you was late and everything, blame it on the new baby, Lou. Go ahead. I dare you. I have 14 turkeys I need to cook, 2 legs of lamb, 2 plate beef ribs. I have an order for 2 pounds of lamb. I have 2 whole briskets. I have 19 individual, well, not individual, but 19 pounds of orders for briskets. I have 12 pounds of orders for pulled pork. Two, excuse me, 2 salmon fillets, 40 wings, and 4 baby back ribs that I need to cook for Thanksgiving. So I'll be cooking for 2 days for sure. For sure. What's up, brother Thyron? How you doing this evening? That kid window is short. You got years to make money. Yes, indeed, Grumpus. You're absolutely right. So Thanksgiving, we normally do to decide how many orders you will take and when you cap it out. All right, so Monteris. So I talked about this earlier. There was one year where I did like as many orders as I could take, and I ended up getting sick, and I had bronchitis. I ended up coming down or catching bronchitis, and luckily for me, I was working from home. I was working for myself, and the money that I made during Thanksgiving, it held me through Christmas and into the new year because I ended up getting, like I said, I got sick. So that year I cooked 20 turkeys, and I was taking like any order I could, right? I ended up cooking 20 turkeys that year, and I got sick, and I said never again. So the smoker, I can cook 16 turkeys at one time, okay? And all the other stuff that I have to cook, I can fit it all. I won't be able to fit it. I might be able to fit it all. I can fit the wings on the like auxiliary shelf. So I can fit it all in a smoker. As long as I can do the cook and everything that I need to cook on Thanksgiving or for Thanksgiving in 2 days, I'll cook it. Um, Typically, what that means is like of the things that I'm cooking, the one thing that I might not cook until like I might cook with turkey is the salmon. Other than that, I'll cook everything else the day before, and that's pretty much it. Quentin says nothing discouraging, my man. Reason for switching to a different career option was just got out of the military at 30 years old and didn't want to grind out private personal chef career. Yeah, just wanted a more stable job in technology, and then later on grind. That with a private bankroll, cooking is a true passion, but technology will pay the bills. Yo, definitely. I work in IT, man. So I already know, man. You preaching to the choir. I will say. I want you to try this recipe. It's a southern recipe for turkey and brine it with Olive Garden Italian dressing. It'll change your life. Huh. Brine it with Olive Garden Italian dressing. That's it? Like, that's it. Hmm. Like, one bottle? Like, you gotta tell me more, bruh. Oh, since you blame it on a new baby because that's the truth. Uh-huh. All right, Lou, whatever you say. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Papa Bear's Kitchen. He says, sorry I'm late. You're not late. You're right on time, brother. Whenever you get here, it's right about time. I have 15 turkey breasts, 20 pans of cornbread dressing, 25 pans of mac and cheese, green beans, and a few gallons of giblet gravy, and my regular service. Jeez. I'm actually going to try something new for this year. Smoking deep fried turkey breast. I love smoking turkey, and my wife likes deep fried turkey, so I decided to marry the two. Well, Russell, I tell you what, I have smoked and then fried chicken wings. That is, it's delicious, dog. It's delicious. Uh, yeah, Laura, it's okay. For whatever reason, my phone at 10 o'clock exactly, it decided to restart. There was an update that got pushed to my phone this morning. I don't know how or why, but at 10 o'clock, it just straight restarted. There's a lot of food. Sometimes I just don't know how you do it. Dedication at its finest. Dude, I tell you what, Lou, I am a goal, not task type person. If you've been around long enough, you've heard me say this. So it's like, I just want to finish. I just want to get done. I just, that's it. Like, boom. That's what I'm thinking about. How long do you wet cure your turkeys? I see what you did there, Grumpus. I see what you did there. About overnight, so 24 hours, just about. When it says that's it, depends on the size of the bird. Try with the breast first. Use one bottle and let it marinate overnight. Salt and pepper it before you smoke it to taste. Oh man, I got a seasoning that I use. Lou says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm. How am I late, but Papa Bear is on time? Because Lou, I expect more from you. I'm not. What is it? I'm just disappointed in you right now. Friday this week, yes. Uh, Crap. This is what happens when you respond to emails. Friday this week, yes. Uh, all right. Oh gosh, freaking! Why did I reply to that message? 10 o'clock at night, and I've been drinking. Anyway, uh, it's all right, Laura. I'm gonna smoke turkey for the first time next weekend. Yeah, Papa Bear, that's what's up. That's what's up. Uh, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with smoked turkey. Um, just don't mess it up. Okay. I tell you what, the key with turkey is you cannot let that turkey breast get higher than 165 degrees. Like, don't do it. Um, yeah. Big Ash started in August. Basically was doing some baby red ribs. Put it up on Facebook saying I had some extra room. Holy cow, ended up with 17 racks ordered. Cooked this weekend, 12 briskets, 29 baby backs, 4 pork butts. That's what's up. I just had fun doing it. Family first. All right, so Monteris, he said, I missed when you said what time you start your turkeys. So I kind of just start when I feel like starting. It could be 8 or 9 o'clock. And that's just me starting the fire. So by the time I have a couple turkeys I need to do, so like it's one of those things where I have 8 to 10 trips out to the smoker sometimes, taking turkeys, and then I will take the turkeys and set them all out in the garage. I don't like put one on and then two on. I put them all in at the same exact time. Um, and what ends up happening is they they go in the smoker. But I mean, the turkeys might go on at 9 or 10 o'clock, and then I cook until early in the morning. What I said was I try to do that and have an hour or two to be able to kind of hopefully take a nap before I have to get up. Like I will start, like I'll pack my car between 7 and 7:30 in the morning, and then I'll get on the road and make my first delivery by 8 o'clock. It kind of depends on my route. The good thing is this year I'm staying home. I'm not going to my sister-in-law's house. When I go to my sister-in-law's house, I need to be done by like 3 o'clock and back home by about 3 o'clock because I have a 2 hour ride to my sister-in-law's house. So we want to start frying a turkey at my sister-in-law's house by about 5 o'clock, so that it's done by about 6 at the latest. And so that's typically my timetable. But because I'm going to be staying home, I'm going to be able to push things back just a little bit. I don't have to rush as much. Hey, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I know if you might have hit that thumbs up button for me on the last one, but if you could hit the thumbs up button for me on this time too. Laura says I snuck in the window under the radar. No. It's cool. It's cool. Uh, Thoughts on brine and turkey and chicken together, same bath. Gerard, um, if anything, the chicken will not need to be in the brine as long as the turkey. Point blank. I don't care. People are like, oh, I'm not gonna put two. That man, come on. As long as you cook the meats properly to a specific temperature and it's both poultry. Oh, the chicken is not going to taint the turkey and vice versa. I think you're fine. I replied because I'm dedicated. Yeah. Toying with the idea of smoking mac and cheese, dressing, and string bean casserole. Well, Papa Bear, I've smoked macaroni and cheese. I've never smoked dressing nor string bean casserole. I'll make a deal with you. You try that recipe and use whatever seasoning you want. If you don't like it, I'll purchase some merchandise. If you do like it, I'll still purchase some merchandise. Hold on. All right, let me carry the one, add two. Let me read that again. Hold on, time out. Quinn says, I make you a deal with you. You try that recipe and use whatever seasoning you want. If you don't like it, I'll purchase some merchandise. All right. If I don't like it, he's going to purchase merchandise. All right. If you do like it, he's still going to purchase merchandise. Hold up. Like, that's what you call a win-win. I think he's pretty confident in that. Swing and Smoke Man, what's going on? Come in! You better hit another rock star before Allen shows up. I know. Hold on. I finished out the first one. Let me go get the second one. I'm gonna go get some ice too. Alright, so did I tell you guys I got this ice maker on Prime Day? It is the Opal GE Opal ice maker. My sister-in-law calls it the bougie ice, like the crunchy ice. It's a little harder than the ice you get from like Chick-fil-A or Royal Farms, but it's like hospital ice is what most people refer to it as. That perfect crunchy ice. So I have a countertop ice maker. We were having issues with our ice maker in our fridge. All right, perfect. So I wanted to finish this, but this is a teeny little bit left. and I want to make sure there's room for. This is just a regular sugar-free Rockstar, but I had the can. My Grumpus coaster coming in handy. Thank you, Grumpus. All the boxes at the bottom. Woo! Good Lord. All right, let's see. Montera says, do you use Bessie for all the turkeys? Yes. Reason being is because I like the wood smoke on the turkeys. Not using brine, plain spatchcock it, cook at 325, baste with butter every 45 minutes. So, if you've seen, I do actually have a video of me talking about smoking turkey. And this video was done in Viki, and I believe it was 2017. I need to do another video, but I don't have the time to do it before Thanksgiving. Everybody's put up their turkey videos, and I did it ahead of Thanksgiving 2017, I guess it was, and I just haven't done another one, like really. But that being said, I don't spatchcock turkeys, and the reason I don't spatchcock the turkeys is because they take up a lot of room when they're spatchcocked. I have 14 turkeys that I need to cook. I can fit 16 whole turkeys in my smoker currently. Now, if I spatchcock them, then I can kind of lay them out, and I probably could cook 2 batches of turkeys, and they probably will be fine. But, again, it's the presentation. I can't really present a turkey like to give someone in a pan that that it's flat and spatchcocked. It just won't work. So I cook them whole. It slows me down, but yeah. What's up, Kent? How you doing? Marshmallow can't be you. No, I'm telling you, it's yeah. We're passing through. We're punching through that. Where? Okay, don't see it. Where is what? Where's what? What's up, Mr. Richard? How you doing this evening? So, Mr. Richard is actually one of the folks who have placed their order. So, I mean, we definitely have orders. Nope, he's not on the first page. He's on the second page there. But he's getting 5 pounds of pulled pork, 5 pounds of brisket, and 2 racks of baby back ribs. Quentin says he's very confident. So Kevin says no. Sonic Ice, Marcus says, that good ice, Papa Bear says, yeah, ice ships the thumbs up button. Where is it? All right, so if you press back one little bit to knock the comments go away, then you should see the thumbs up button if you're on mobile. If you're on your like a laptop or a computer, then you should just see it kind of underneath the picture, and then you can hit the thumbs up. Holy cow, the thumbs up just went up a little bit. That meant a couple of you guys found it. You found it. So I'm looking forward to and dreading Thanksgiving at the same time. It's one of those things where it's like a mixed blessing. It's going to be a lot of work. And Thanksgiving is theoretically, has historically been a lot of work, but it's rewarding. Like, I get to, seriously, I currently have 20 folks, 20 orders, and I will probably be making 19 stops, 18, 19 stops. One guy, actually, I'm meeting, there's a Krispy Kreme in Crofton, Maryland, and the whole thing is this guy lives like an hour, almost an hour and a half south of where I live. And I'm like, bruh, yo, can you meet me in Crofton? Because Crofton is about half an hour, 45 minutes away from my house. And not even that I'm not going to be doing deliveries further south and west, closer to DC. It's just going all the way down to Southern Maryland for one person. It really adds on a lot of time to my deliveries. And he's like, "Nah, man, that's cool. I'll meet you." I'm like, "Thank you." And typically, I have two people that I meet at this particular place, but the other girl, she hasn't hit me up. So I don't want to overextend myself. Let's put it that way. So people who normally order who haven't already, I'm not going to beg anybody to place an order. This year is a little bit different, so I'm not going to do it. Press. All right. So Quentin says press the X to get back to the thumbs up button. It's on the top right corner. Grumpus, have you heard from Rick? Wondering how his move was going. All right, you should get him. Let me meet you at a couple stops. So Captain Newbie, the problem is this, right? And this is why I don't do that. If I tell them to meet me at certain places, I'm on someone else's timetable. My timetable is now, Mr. Richard will tell you, I say I'm going to be at your house at a specific time. I'm either at your house at that time or earlier. That's it. There is no, oh, hey, I'm 5 minutes behind, I'm 10 minutes behind, I'm an hour behind. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to be at your house at the time I told you, if not during that delivery window I gave you, which is about 15 minutes, if not in and or about that time or earlier. And what ends up typically happening is I use a routing software, put in all the addresses, and it says, boop, 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 beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. Boom, here's your route. All right, this is when I start my route. This is what time the first delivery is, second delivery, blah, blah, blah. And then there'll be a big, usually from when I'm making my deliveries up around the Baltimore area to when I'm making my deliveries a little further south. And there's typically half an hour, 45 minutes in between the last delivery in the Baltimore area to when I start making deliveries a little further south. That being said, what ends up happening is I typically am ahead of schedule and I let the second leg of deliveries know, hey, I'm running about 15-20 minutes ahead of schedule. Okay. Um, just want to give you a heads up in case you're not home. Because I've had it happen where somebody was like, oh, you said you were gonna be here at 10:15. Yo, it's 9:45. I'm a half an hour early. Yeah, you said you were gonna be here at 10:15. You're right. But I mean, can you open the door? Is somebody home so I can drop this food off? And they're like, nah, I ran out to the dollar store because I had to go get X, Y, and Z. Like, bruh, you're supposed to be home on Thanksgiving. Why are you out? So that's partially my fault when I'm running ahead of schedule. But sometimes it happens where I run ahead of schedule. Like, sometimes just be ready for me to be there. Like, don't go anywhere. I'll like, please prepare. And I try to tell people, hey, I could be up to 15 minutes early or 15 minutes late. Please, allow for a delivery window. And, we kind of go from there. But if I give you a window, I'm trying to be there on that window. I don't want that one person to be like, oh, hey, look, I need you to meet me at such and such at 10:30. It's 11 o'clock and you still haven't showed up. I don't want to be dependent on someone else. I don't want to do that. That's a tight window, yeah. Oh man, what's up, Preston? How you doing? Lap, thank you very much for checking in. That's just work IT. Can I ask what your role is? This is coming Tuesday. Start my new role as a cloud engineer. So technically, I work on a help desk, but I don't work on a traditional help desk. Like I've done the whole change passwords and reset passwords and like Outlook stuff and things like that. I work on a help desk, but we are on a my contract is on a more or less a maintenance phase, meaning that when or if there's a software problem or if there's a hardware problem, they contact me to get it fixed. I don't change folks' passwords, man. I'm past that. Marcus says, have taste test number 3, take the Volkswagen to those distance stops. Yeah, right, sure. Captain Newbie says, it makes sense. Yeah. Well, good. Just got the vacancy pulled pork. That's what's up. No problem, Quentin. So it's one of those things where we are a help desk, but again, we don't do the traditional help desk stuff. So I say I work on a help desk, and most people are like, "Oh, so you do?" No, no. And that was a problem. So that was actually kind of what helped me to get into the position where when I got laid off, everybody was like, "Yo, you're crazy. You've been with the company for 10 plus years. Why would you take the layoff money?" I'm like, "Cause F y'all. F y'all." All right, so the program I worked on, again, government contractor, the yeah, exactly, Captain Newbie. I'm not tier one, and when I got bust back down to tier one, I was like, oh hell nah. Let's see, Papa Bear says you can tell he works in IT by that sound effect he did for the routing software. Beep boop 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 beep 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 beep. So you know what that is, Papa Bear? That is actually because of the fact that I am old enough to remember dial-up internet. That's what that is. Tell he works in IT. What a sound effect. That's a good one. All right, so but Captain Newbie, no, I'm not tier one anymore. So again, my what I do again, it's one of those things where it's like they kind of put a label on it and I'm mislabeled. I tell people more or less that I am a liaison, okay? Because um when someone has an issue, again, it's a software issue. We have a custom software that if there are changes to the software to the code every single year, and if something doesn't work or something is wrong or something malfunctions or if a menu doesn't pop up correctly, they write a ticket against us. And when I say a busy day is 3 to 5 tickets, that's a busy day. So people ask me all the time, how do you get the time to reply to comments? How do you get the time to edit video? That's why, because I sit and I am like a fireman. I have to sit at attention, ready to answer and ready to open tickets when a problem arises. But if we get 1 ticket a day, like, okay, that's a normal day. If I get 5 tickets a day, I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like when we do updates and patches and new releases and new versions go out of the software, and I'm like, yo, the developers then messed up, like, cause this not working. The testers they didn't do their job because I had 5 new tickets today. Like something's gonna hit the fan. All right, but when my program, the contract ended, and I had to find a new job, I went to a help desk because my title was help desk, right? I'm a help desk lead. So my title was help desk. I went to a help desk and I'm like, yo, like I do a lot of reports. I do a lot of metrics. I work with Excel. I'm good at this. I'm good at that. I'm good at the other. And they're like, all right, have a seat. You have to learn the ins and outs of the help desk, and then we can kind of get you on going on to different things. So I'm like, all right, I'll sit down. Thank you for calling. And it was a 3-letter acronym, help desk. All right. Who? Anyway, before I give it too much, so this is a government health organization help desk, right? And I would ask for their SEID, right? Their ID. How can I help you? Oh, I need to change my password. My account is locked. All right. And then I rose to the top because I knew my stuff, because I used to teach IT stuff. So I'm pretty good at Outlook, I'm pretty good at Excel, I'm pretty good at Word, pretty good at all of those things like the Office Suite and Active Directory. I knew what I was doing in Active Directory, and guess what? I can change passwords. So I got kind of bumped to the higher echelon, the upper echelon of tier one. I'm like, yo, I shouldn't be on tier one, but that's what I have to do, right? Because this was the job. I was getting paid as much or more than my leads because of my previous position. And I'm like, yo, y'all want me to change passwords? All right. But it got tired real quick. Real quick. Okay. And I was to the point where I was hating life. So that's what actually spurred me to start my barbecue business. I was sitting at my job, hating life. I created my website in about an hour. I created my Instagram in about half an hour. I created my Twitter. I created all of those things while getting paid and changing passwords. So, Quentin, if it comes to that, don't be above it. All right, do what you gotta do, because sometimes the right day at the wrong time, somebody just piss you off, and you're like, you know what? I'm screaming F this place. All right, and that's what I did. You know what was the funniest thing was while I was sitting on that three-letter acronym, health, government, help desk, all right, service desk is what they call that one. I got the employee of the month when I was at my fakest. Like, pride myself on that. I was so fake. I did a better job than everyone else who was there, and it was almost 50 people that was on that service desk. So, bruh, if you get tired of doing what you're doing, my grandfather he used to say, God never closes the door without opening the window. You better open that window before you close that door. That's all I got to say. All right. So, la, 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 la. Grumpus says, I miss my 300 baud modem. Dana says, how many ounces of pulled pork do you put in the average takeout plates? So Dana, I don't do an average takeout plate. I get people who order by the pound. So 1 pound, 2 pound, whatever. But if I'm doing sandwiches or something like that, typically I'm doing like a 6 or 8 ounce sandwich. Yeah, Quentin. I mean, for real, like real. Uh, and he finished the internet. Yo, I mean, that is what real talk. Okay, real talk. That is what I did. I launched my website. I officially launched my website January 1st, 2014, but I had everything in place in October of 2013, and I vividly remember I went to work that morning. I said, you know what? Today is the day. I'm like, F this place. F this place. Like, I was so fake at work. So very fake at work. What's going on, French man? Hey, how's it going? I've been trying to catch you during the live when you do your lives, man, but I see them the next morning. I'm like, damn it, man. I get up early in the morning. The only night I'm up late really is Wednesday night, because of this live stream. I mean, my own live stream, but whatever. And I can't wait to see, first thing in the morning, you plowing snow. I'm looking forward to that, hanging out with you with the Jeep. Have you gotten the Jeep out and fixed the Jeep up yet? So that you can plow snow at the dealership, or what? What's going on with that? But yeah, like Marcus Quentin, I just like seriously, the the job that I had, I absolutely hated it. Hated it. And what the worst part is, when you work with people who you really like, the job can suck and you be fine. But when you work with people who really don't make your job like worth going to, and the job sucks, I'm screaming F this place. All right. And that was me every day for like 2 years. For like 2 years, if not longer. And I was like, you know what? Nope. Mm-mm. I towards the end of 2013, I I started doing this the smoked meat thing, and it was kind of picking up and taking off, and I was cooking for my friends, and this was the whole, hey, how much would it cost me for you to cook this for me, or how much would it cost me to cook that for me? And I'm like, you're gonna pay me to do that? Like, hold on, wait a minute, let me figure that out. And that's when I kind of like put the wheels in motion, and I'm like, all right, well, if I'm going to cook for hire, I need to have a website. I need to have Instagram. I need to have Twitter. I need to do all of these things. And that's what I set up while getting paid, while on the phone. Like, thank you for calling the ABC Help Us. Scott speaking. Can I have your SEID? All right, can you hold, please? And I'd take 30 seconds longer on purpose to just wait. All right. So I'm looking at your account here. I don't see that it's locked. What was the problem you were having? And anytime they would ask me, I would say, "All right, can you hold on one moment?" And the thing was this, right? Like, if we put people on hold, which was crazy, if we put people on hold, they docked us, which was nuts. So I figured out I could just mute the person, and I could talk and say whatever crap that I needed to while I was on the phone. But the downside is most people think that they're on hold, and then they start talking crap. I had one lady one time, she was cursing up a storm. She was talking to whoever she was talking to. She was cursing, cursing, cursing. This mother effer don't know nothing. He can't do blah, blah, blah. He effed up this. He effed up that. They effed up this. They effed up that. I was like, whoa. And I just so happened to sit right next to my lead. And I'm like, yo, listen to my call right now. They listen to the call. And it like, now mind you, where I sat, I was at the end of a bank of about 40 people. And it was my lead. So it was 3 people. It was like, it was 3 of them. And I guess they were all leads. And then behind them, there was my second line manager. And then next to that person was somebody unrelated, but kind of close. And then it was my manager. So my second line manager, so my boss's boss, was right near there, and he got wind of the fact that I was on a call with this lady who was cursing me out. Well, let me just tell you, that lady didn't have a good day because he listened to the call, and because of the fact that I didn't put her on hold, her entire part of the conversation was recorded. Oh man, talk about justification. George, how you doing, man? George, if you don't know, George hooked me up with the Bustorma, and he hooked me up with some Bustorma for my birthday. And I owe George a video or two, but I've been kind of just like taking a piece here and there off of it. Um, so yeah, Quentin says, "Bro, I hear that." Rich, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Says I can't wait for the snow either, man. I love the snow. And ended up getting rid of the Jeep this year, so now I only got the GMC 3500. Well, hell yeah. Quentin says people make or break the job for sure. Yo, dude, I mean, it was one of those things where I'm like, yo, because the whole deal was they told us if you put people on hold, we are monitoring how long you put people on hold for. I'm like, do y'all monitor if we put them on mute? They're like, no. Why would you put them on mute? I'm like, well, what if I had to cough or clear my throat? So I'm just going to quickly put somebody on mute. Man, you know how you figure out the easiest way to get something done? You give the task to a lazy person. Now, not that I was lazy. I just was like, mute. And you know what I was doing at that time? Scrolling Instagram. Scrolling Instagram. Man, that's how I built my Instagram followers. Seriously. So you gotta work every day, so you need to find something you enjoy doing. Glad you got out of there, man. You and me both. What did you decide to sell by the pound instead of selling plates? Why did I decide to sell by the pound instead of plates? So Papa Bear, because if I sell a plate, I gotta sell a plate of everything, meaning sides. I did not want to sell sides. I wanted to stay in my lane, and the only thing I wanted to cook was the protein, the meat. You can make your own sides. I didn't want to make or break your experience by whether or not you like my macaroni and cheese or my green beans or my whatever. So I just did the protein. What did you do? Pros and cons. FCB says I can't wait for the snow. Ken says first time viewer. Been smoking for 20 plus years. Love the game. Well, that's what's up, Ken. Thank you. Marcus says, do you inject your turkeys? Nope, I don't do any injections, man. Didn't I tell you about growing up in Philly and the track marks? And no, man, I don't do injections. Mm-mm. Yes, indeed, Ken. Ken Watson. Hello, and thank you for joining. Unfortunately, you have come in on the tail end of the live stream. So let me just tell you how this works out. So on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, typically, all right, next week is not a good week because next Wednesday I'm going to be busy for Thanksgiving. So there will not be a live stream next week, in case you did not know this. There will not be a live stream for next Wednesday. But typically, the first hour we talk about whatever the subject matter is, whatever the title says. Unfortunately, there was an issue where my phone reset at 10 o'clock and I had to start a second hour stream. But typically, we talk about the topic at hand for the first hour. The second hour, we shoot the breeze and we kind of talk about whatever it is. All right, like right now, I'm talking about how I hated my job when and that's what pushed me to get into doing barbecue. So yeah, thanks guys. Geraldo says I missed the whole stream. Phone fell in water and was trimming a brisket, so just checked it. Holy cow, man! He doesn't inject. He just uses Olive Garden Italian dressing. Quentin, that's funny. I might have to do something, Quentin. I might have to do something this weekend. We're gonna see though. The only problem is I am so far ahead or behind, whichever way you want to take this. Quentin, I don't disagree. Like, do you just put enough dressing in there where it's submerged, or like how do you do that? Because I mean, me cooking 14 birds, that's a lot of damn Italian dressing. And to be completely honest, salt and sugar is way cheaper than that Italian dressing. Okay, try with the chicken breast first. All right. How about some chicken thighs? I have some chicken thighs in the refrigerator, and I think I have some of the Italian dressing, the Olive Garden Italian dressing. If not, I can get some probably tomorrow. Ken says, hello, everyone from Riverside, California. What's up? All right, so Papa Bear says next Wednesday, just pop the camera up, hit live, and let us chat with Grumpus while you cook. I thought about it. Quentin says, yes, merged chicken thighs are even better, he says. All right. Rich says, I was just going to say that Papa Bear, just turn the camera on and do what you got to do. Huh. I might, but see, I can't let y'all in on every little secret that I do. I can't do that. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Geraldo says, good idea. Don't you encourage them, Geraldo, man? Don't encourage them. Hey, Laura Stash, I'm gonna run. Want to write some. Enjoy the night. Bye for now, eh? Yes, indeed. Hey, Laura, you take great care. Hopefully, your Thanksgiving was good. I know your Thanksgiving was a few weeks ago. Well, weeks, month ago. It was a while ago. So hopefully yours was great, and we'll see what our Thanksgiving holds. Gerardo says, ha 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 ha. Chicken this weekend would be a good practice run for me. Yeah, buddy. So I'll tell you what though, Captain Newbie, chicken and turkey cook differently. It just it hits differently. Real talk though. Like turkey breast definitely hits differently than a chicken breast. To put it back far enough and cover the labels. Yeah. Ah, it's not that easy, Rich. I wish it were that easy. We want to see you not inject them birds with Italian dressing. Well, I mean, we will see. All right, we will see. If I like seriously, when I don't talk to you guys and do a live stream, I miss you guys. Like seriously. So maybe I can get the turkeys prepped and ready to the point where I can start my turkeys next Wednesday by 9 o'clock. I can't guarantee that because who knows how my night is gonna go. Like I said, I'm gonna be busy, but we shall see. We shall see. Mm, mm, mm. South Carolina before California. All right, it's just Clemson. All right, I've driven past signs for Clemson headed to Myrtle Beach. Um, I don't know exactly where Clemson is. I've never been to like Clemson University, but I've seen signs for it. Definitely seen signs for it. Now I'm thinking about it. Was it? Yeah, it was South Carolina. Um, Myrtle Beach. On the way to Myrtle, you see signs for at least I've seen signs for Clemson headed towards Myrtle Beach. All right. Quincy's thoughts on your quarterback for the Eagles. Question this year, does Hurts take the job or does Hurts take the job? Man, I am Quentin. I I swear, every time I think that I'm gonna be able to like keep up with the daily goings on what happens with the Eagles, I can't, man. I don't. I have too much going on Sundays typically, and like cooks aside, like I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on. I I try to just watch the games, and that has become harder and harder because I'm always doing something. Excuse me, doing something around the house, doing something for someone, a cook every now and again, an event. Yeah. Papa Bear says, "Who in here are YouTubers? Let me know so I can sub." Hey, Papa Bear, I'm a YouTuber. Have you subbed to my channel? Man, George, you're absolutely right. He says you need a weekend from the weekend. Dog, who you telling? Jimmy says it's upstate near Greenville. All right. Yeah, because I mean, once you get off, uh, like again, so coming from Baltimore, headed to Myrtle Beach. Once you get off 95, you get off 95 in I can't think of the name of the town. Like I could see it on the map, but I can't think of the name of the town. And then you take whatever that little darn it two lane road is down to uh the Myrtle Beach or towards Myrtle Beach. You see signs for Clemson. LBE says, I'm a YouTuber. I enjoy his content. All right. Thank you. Captain Newbie says, me. 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 Hey, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'd greatly appreciate it. We've been at this for over an hour, which means we are over 11 o'clock. And typically, I try to run the live streams for 2 hours. But we were so rudely interrupted by the fact that my phone restarted at 10 o'clock for whatever reason. Not that I wasn't doing something, actively doing something. I don't know why the hell it restarted. Sorry. Ken says Florence. No. But rest in peace to Phil, who was in Florence. Definitely rest in peace. How much help do you normally use on average catering? Amount of people at your average catering? Thing says they're near Hickory, North Carolina. Hickory! I just remember that comedian who used to say Hickory like that. Hickory! I can't even think of his name, but the fact that he said Hickory like that is all I think of. And I don't know, Hickory's on one side of the state and Asheville's on the other, or is Hickory and Asheville near each other? I don't know. I have family in Asheville apparently, but nonetheless. So normally when I'm doing catering events, I am by myself. I typically cater most events by myself. As of late, because of the fact that my kids are older and can stay at home by themselves, my wife has been helping me. I have taken my oldest son on a catering event. So far, he went with me on one, and I typically have. Well, it depends on the size of the event, but I could have anywhere from one person helping me to four people helping me on an event. But typically, or not as of recent, it's been my wife has been helping me. I'll get off 95 at Florence. All right. LBE says I have learned a lot from this channel. That's what's up. Marcus says my Atari never needed to be or never had to be restarted. Yeah, it's because you lost before you even got to heat up the boards on the games and it became a problem. Captain Newbie says good night, y'all. Good night, sir. Uncle Bull says, well, Dash, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good night, brother. Hey, thank you very much, man. Yes. Rich says he still has his 2600 hooked up and working. Excuse me. Quentin says I turn on the notifications, so I'll be notified when you go live again. Great live stream, and thanks for answering all my random questions. Well, Quentin, man, I tell you what, like, seriously, real talk, I don't know why I started doing the live streams, but I really find it, I won't say cathartic, but like the whole thing is this, right? Every one of these live streams is someone's first time of like being on a live stream and able to ask a question and get an immediate answer. So if I can answer your question and Quentin, dude, you asked about something that was pertinent. Hey, you looked at that, dude. When I filmed that video about that food truck, I had no idea it was gonna get as many views as it did. I filmed it just like I film almost anything else, and that has been, I mean, one of the bigger videos catering related, because it's one of those things. It's like I'm looking at a food truck. Should I spend this amount of money on a food truck? Yay or nay? But for real, those are good questions. Whatever happened, and I feel like I want to do a follow up video to that, but I'd rather just answer the questions that people ask and they watch the video. So yeah. Quentin says there's a lot of knowledge in here from you and others I plan to soak up. Have a good night, everyone. I'm old and tired too. Quentin, you just said you turned 30 or you were just turning 30. Whatever, man. Get out of here with that. YouTube notifications have been hokey in the past year. So, yeah, totally agree. Rich says, make sure you double check. My first computer was an Atari 400. Learned basic on that thing. So my first computer was a Commodore 64. Fun fact. Asheville is around an hour and a half west of Hickory. All right. I still have a corner of the bottle left. All right, Marcus. F you, man. What he's saying is that his corner, okay, needs to be finished because my corner needs to be finished. I finished my corner. If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. Yes, we've come to that part of the evening. All right, so I still have a decent amount of my hospital ice here, my bougie ice. Our Gwen says, yes, sir, Rich. I have the email notifications turned on, so it's verified. Rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip works like a charm. Yes, indeed. I will be rubbing my turkey with smoking dry rub. All right, that's what's up. I Texas Instruments that looked like a cartridge. Yeah, my first computer was a Packard Bell. Whatever happened to Packard Bell? No, it was Packard Bell. Continued on. It was Gateway. Gateway was the one that had the stores, and you can only buy like and get things that could fix the computers at Gateway stores. Since we're talking old computers, does anyone remember the computers that took actual tape cassettes for programs? Not tape cassettes, but I remember my Commodore with a 5-inch floppy or 5.5-inch floppy. That's how I got Qbert to run. I actually had to run the DOS command for Qbert. Grubba says, never had a Packard Bell. You win. Our first computer had a hand crank to get it running. Boy, KB. And it took up the size of 3, basketball field or football fields. Yeah, Yeah. So it's funny. At work, they're cleaning up. One of the programs again. This is another one of those 3-letter. Quentin says, I remember having to go to CompuServe to get a floppy disk to upgrade Windows 98. Yeah, so I graduated high school in 98. So I don't remember CompuServe, but I do remember getting AOL on a floppy. Papa Bear says I use tape cartridges for backup. Yes, now I do remember tape libraries, and we had cassettes, but they were like mini or micro, whatever they were called. But yeah, the grease you had on your film today. Where can you get it? Directly through their website. Apparently, they also sell it at I believe you can get it at Walmart, and I know for sure I've seen it at Advanced Auto Parts, so like car places, because it's a degreaser. They sell it more and more. They sell it more at automotive places, and that was the video from yesterday. Marcus, your drinks are showing. Oh, and I caught that subtle hint. It was a film, yes. Marcus. Anyway, I feel like I'm like bouncing around here because CompuServe was like a Circuit City. Yeah, we used to get free OLCD. in the mail. Get that dial up going. Hell yeah, man. More glorified Radio Shack. If y'all remember that Nerd Haven story, yo, I remember that there was a Radio Shack near us that closed a year or two ago, and we went in there, and I'm like, oh, there's so much stuff in here I want to do with, that I'm like, I don't know what to do with it, but I just want it because I know I can do stuff with it. But I tell you, the best thing that we got from that Radio Shack was batteries. We bought, they had batteries left over, and they were dirt cheap, like 60, 70% off these batteries. And I was like, I'll take them all. Man, it was like 2 years later. We still had freaking Radio Shack batteries that I just started having to replace with batteries from from Sam's and or Amazon. So yeah. Grumpus says I waited in line till midnight to buy Windows 95. What a party that was. Oh my gosh, man. Jeez. On a side note, I guess AOL is still a thing. I had a customer with an AOL email the other day. Rich, yes, it is. It really, AOL still exists, okay? And people who have AOL accounts, they still work. Rich says, I remember logging in and having to wait for other people to log off before I could connect to AOL. The heydays of the internet. My heyday was we had a separate phone line for the internet at my house, okay? And it was the most basic phone line ever because my mom didn't want the house phone to be interrupted by the internet. And of course, everyone knows when you had dial up, if you were on the internet, if you got a call, you were kicked off. And my mom was like, "Nope, nope, we're not doing that." So she got a whole separate phone line. Dana says, "Good night. Thank you very much, Dana. Thank you very much for hanging out and asking a good question or two." They used to have the free battery club card, one free battery a month of any size a month. Shoot, KB, I wish I'd have known you. Never been in a Costco. What the hell, Marcus? What the hell? We're gonna have to find a way to facilitate that. My teacher still uses an AOL email. He's never changing. Gosh. Ken says, good night. Thanks. I still remember when the first Macintosh came out. Oh, my first Mac experience was 2GS. I think that's what it was. Playing Oregon Trail in elementary school as a kid. Gosh, vividly remember that green screen and my computer science teacher at the time. His name was Mr. Russell. I'd probably do Mr. Russell, or Mr. Russell would probably be proud of me and my computer experience, especially seeing as how I didn't die of dysentery from Oregon Trail. Papa Bear says I loved Radio Shack until they started selling cell phones. Then no more working. Then no one working there could help you with any electronics. Yeah, separate phone line. Oh, you fancy? Nah, man, Quentin. My mom was like, wait a minute. She wanted to be able to be on the phone and on the internet at the same time. Like she was ahead of her time. Trust me. The extra phone line is clutch. George says, "Yep." LB says, "I never been to a Costco either. It's funny how y'all bond over the weirdest things. AOL, that loud handshake, and you." You've got mail. Yeah, man. Vividly remember. Quentin says Costco is life. Y'all missing out. See, I disagree. I prefer Sam's over Costco. George says I've been forwarding my Gmail to my AOL. Am I doing it wrong? George, please tell me you're kidding. And George, by the way, there's a Costco right around the corner from your house. Like, go in there and say you want to check it out before you purchase a membership. Then you can go in and look around. Now, I tell you from experience that Costco nearest to you is not the best Costco to really look at. The one that you need to look at is the one in Owings Mills. Okay. Marcus says in the college we use word processors until my senior year. We just played Age of Empire. That was a computer. That was what a computer was for us. Jeez. I became an AIO because I could only use the dial after everyone went to bed. I still have that habit, Grumpus. Yes, indeed. Papa Bear says I guess his first computer was an Apple IIc. Yes, the green screen, Oregon Trail, and where the world is Carmen San. Oh, where in the world is Carmen San Diego, bruh? All right, yo, and then we left for the summer and came back, and there were color screens. Man, man. Rich says I believe the Apple II was the first color screen I ever got to see. Well, then, so if the Apple II came out with the color screen, then I'm pretty sure it was the Apple II GS is what we used, and I knew it was color screen. But before that, we used the green screen. So whatever the Apple was before it stopped being green screen, that was what I remember. I just go to Costco for the food court. Right now, the food court is lacking, or at least the food court in DC. They have hot dogs and pizza. Uh, the yogurt is still kind of it's a little iffy. All right, good. Because George, sometimes I don't know, man. He said he was definitely kidding on the AOL. Sometimes what's crazy is I don't know. LBE says, "Remember Juno? Yes, I remember Juno. Juno was trying to take out AOL. George says I've been going to the Costco by me. But we'll definitely check out Orange Mills. Yes, indeed. I took typing on a typewriter in my high school. My school didn't have computers. Hey, Papa Bear, dude, I was telling my daughter the other day about the home keys, and I felt really, really old. Uh, Cooking with Steven says, Dash, good evening. Sorry I'm late, man. Don't apologize for being late. Just say, you better be glad I stopped in. Grumpa says, when I bought my first computer and told my coworkers, they asked me why anyone would want a computer at home. Little did they know. Right? Because, he says, little did they know. Birdman hand rub. Little did they know. Number says, all right, I read that one. Steven says, good evening, fine folks. Rich says, this is nice talking to people my age. Had the people in my shop don't even know who Y2K was. Oh, man, let's not even talk about it. Oh, it's so funny. Taste Tester number 2 got out of the car today after I picked him up from school. And there was something he was talking about. And I'm just like, come on. So he said something about the windshield being gone. Well, they took the entire roof of the car off. No windshield, no roof, no windows, and no rear glass, right? No deck lid. Yo, that boy was he was having the time trying to tell me something. I'm like, okay. Those the kitty stories sometimes you hear. Anyway, oh man, Papa Bear said, "Remember dot matrix printers And to make 8-bit banners. Yes, indeed. Oh, gosh. So I was talking to someone today about Micker ink. Okay. So the magnetic, I think it's magnetic encoding. No, it's I. Encryption, character recognition. Yeah, Micker. That's what Micker stands for. Magnetic encryption. I think it's encryption. Character recognition is what Micker stands for. MICR. Anyway, someone told me that they're stopping to make the Micker ink because, full disclosure, some of the hardware that I am the only help desk for encodes checks, and it encodes batch headers with amounts and totals and things like that, so that it can be read through a scanner. Anyway, someone was talking to me about it today, and he said, they're going away with that. I'm like, why? Is it because the Micker ink is too expensive? Hold on, what? They're like, yeah, we're going to replace this hardware component because the software has become it's not reliable anymore. Yeah. Anyway, Grumpus says we used to spray WD-40 on the used ribbon to respread the link for the dot matrix print. To respread the link for the dot matrix printers. Jeez, you're freaking ingenious back in the day. Steven says double thumbs up. Hey, can you match Steven's double thumbs up? I am fading and fast, and I'm getting ready to hit the hay. Grubba says, anyone drill a second hole in the 3.5-inch floppies so they could be used double-sided? No, I don't remember drilling a hole in it, but what I do remember is that the lock on the was like the top right, just flipping that forward, but for whatever reason, it just kept getting knocked back. But I will see what I can do for you when I get home. All right, guys. It is almost 11:30. Holy cow. Marcus says, take care, everyone. Have a great turkey day. Yes, indeed. You too, sir. Good luck with all that you have to cook. All right, guys. I think I am going to leave for real this time and not for fake. So, thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you being here. And I will catch you on the next one.